Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Beer Therapy. As always, got Joe with me and Scott tonight. How y'all
Hey!
doing?
I could have sworn we had Scott on here before, but I was told backstage we did not, and that is criminal because Scott was part of the mastermind of this whole get up. So I'm glad you finally get you on here, Scott.
What you guys are looking at here was going to be the original Beer Therapy trio. It was. This was an idea that kicked around for me and Dusty Rhodes' brother up there, and we were talking about it. And he asked me, he said, "Who would you like to include?" And I said, "The guy with the best name in the bearding game, right there."
Yeah. Yeah, because as soon as the beer roundtable ended, I knew I wanted to do another. And Scott said to me, he's like, "Well, I want to be on it." And I'm like, "I'm down. Let's do that." So that was 2. Johnny Grooms made 3. And Bearded Hog Fan, I don't know if he's still around, but he was the one that actually came up with the idea when Scott could not be a regular member to do the rotating thing.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I remember wasn't he supposed to be part of the actual lineup also?
Yeah, he was, but
Yeah.
like Scott, he couldn't necessarily commit week in, week out. It takes people have lives, Johnny Grooms, except for
I know,
you.
yeah, I know that. I'm just so it just so happened that I had the kind of job where it meshed, and Joe had the same kind of schedule, both working in education. Me on the bus side, him on the actual teaching side, in the real education side, that are like, our schedules like kind of worked,
Yeah.
And now I don't have a job, so yay.
That's always a yay. If you can laugh and say yay.
Yeah, I could come on any time of any day of the week.
I drove by your house again this summer, Scott. I've been in so many places that with the COVID, I haven't been able to stop by. A couple weeks ago, I was in Southern Ohio. I could have seen King Tali. I could have seen Honest State, but the COVID would not allow me to do such a thing. Drove by your house as I usually do in July. When I go out down to North Carolina, which is where we usually vacation, I just learned last year that I drive pretty close to Scott's house. Like, literally, he says he looks down the freeway I'm driving on. So I don't know if he was working or not, but I could have given a wave to him.
You can see my house from Interstate 81, the interstate that I'm close to. You could see the roof of my house. I've been told that.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so let's see who's in the house now. Y'all know Scott, but I still have a couple questions for him before we get rolling. A couple things that have been in my mind that I've never had the opportunity to ask him that now I shall ask him tonight. Who do we got? We got Emo, Irish Whisker, Gary Lewis Beard Code, Weather Beard, Benjamin, Copper John in the house. Good old Copper John, Josh Ricks. I saw Acker earlier. You know who we do not have? We do not have Mr. Blue Wrench. He has some priorities tonight.
All right, then I have to change gears.
Yes, and
double duty.
I don't see Ryan, and I don't see. I don't think I see McMahon or Jake. That's what I'm going to call him now, Jake. Liberty Bearder J-Ron. Good to see you. Faithfully David. Ryan J, if he's still in the house. The Baden. Good to see you, Adam. Good to see you.
Hey, Adam. How you doing, sir?
That's why you're wearing Damn Yankee. I'm wearing Damn Yankee, but I'm wearing Panama.
Emo in the house.
Did you see Pete's thing today for the new label?
Yeah, the Van Halen label.
Yeah. I wear Port Isabel like all the time just because it's simple. It's orange, black pepper. I just love that scent.
Yeah. Eric Kennedy in the house. Old Cal Ripken, Bearded Native. What is up with you, sir? All right. Oh, Jersey Ron, Deliberately Bearded J Ron. Nice. Okay, so we got a new name. We got Jersey Ron as Deliberately Bearded J Ron. Good to see you, Ron. Thanks for letting me know. Don't skip me, Tyson. We got Tyson scores. There's Redbeard Ryan. Nice. All right, so we got a full house. I am happy to say, I'm going to start off here. After bitching last week, I got a hold of some Lux Dark, and that's a great scent. That is a great fucking scent. I'm still ticked off that I can't buy the other scents like Leonidas and Frankenstein and Lusty or whatever the hell it is, Sultry. There are a few more on there.
Sultry bastard.
Sultry. Yeah, that sophisticated me. There are a few on there I still want to get. I can get the balms. If I want to balm myself up greasy, all 300 whatever pounds of me, I could balm myself all day long, but I can't get in an oil. But Dark Bastard, that's good.
So you got a hold of him and you were like, hey, I really want to try this, and
No, I just went on there like the normal peon I am. Ordered. He happened to have it in stock.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got it at a good. You just got it at a good time. Okay, all right.
I got no juice, Johnny Grooms. I got old man juice. That's it. That's creepy and dusty juice right there.
Hey,
all right, so Scott,
keep the juices out to 9:30. Okay.
Yeah, juices are going to stay locked and loaded until 9:30. I noticed.
Is Scott familiar with D93?
I don't know that he is. Dirty 9:30 is when it all hangs out, Scotty, and that's when we just start going a little buck wild.
Oh yeah, I didn't know the short term, but now or short name, but now I know what that means. Okay.
So growing up as a wee baby Barber Dojo, before I became a content creator for a little while, Barber Dojo, you of course were one of the guys I watched, and when I started doing my stuff, I noticed, maybe I heard you comment, that you were kind of at a bit of a crossroads about 1.5 years, 2 years ago with the grind of reviewing. Okay, let's say. But since then, you're still doing your thing, releasing scents, all that kind of jazz. Where and some of this might have corresponded with the appearance of this Bruce Manton guy on the scene. But how did you get over that hump? Because it seemed to me you were definitely up against a hump or a wall of something. And, since some time there's been no looking back. So how did you cross that river?
First off, fuck that Bruce Banton guy because he's a piece of shit.
Fair enough.
The fucker, he's hacked into my goddamn YouTube. Yeah, it still pisses me off to this day.
Right.
I mean, and the thing that pisses me off, I've never actually said this on camera. Shut up, Johnny. You all follow him. I'm looking at the wrong camera. You all follow him. I don't know why. He is a douche bag. And you want to promote him or whatever. You all think he's awesome. Knock yourself out. But fuck that guy. Okay. My crossroads it gets old sometimes from time to time. I'm not saying that I don't like doing reviews for my subscribers and followers. But after a while, it's like, damn, the shit that I actually like, I can't use because it's almost like, okay, I got to try this one. Okay, I got to try this one. Well, I just bought that bottle of oil that I really wanted to use. And by the time you get to using it, the scent's gone and it pisses you off because you just wasted the money. Things like that happen. And I can honestly tell you, my shelf is not as full as you guys think it is right now. It's half the stuff, the scent's just gone. And I could still use the product, don't get me wrong. But you're like, well, that's just money wasted because you don't even get the full effect of it. I can honestly say this. I have not, I'm just setting an example because it's the first one on the row. I have a bottle of Luxurious Bastard that isn't even a year old. It's gone. The scent is
really?
And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying Dave did anything wrong. It's my fault because I didn't get to use it all. So I was like, well, I got to get rid of that one because I'm not. And it was one I actually really enjoyed. I was like, oh, shit. So they have a shelf life, and that's one thing that gets to me.
Yeah,
it's true.
I appreciate everything everyone ever sends me, and I say, yeah, my videos, I'm going to pass the song to someone else. I'm going to keep this one.
Right.
You all know what I like. If you watch my stuff, the type of scents I like. You the type of quality of products I like because everyone's different. Every company, they make something different. What's scent, Scott? Holy, the Holy Bastard.
Oh, okay. All right.
50%. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Wrong one. It's Vintage. Vintage was very super duper strong, and now it's about barely smelled in an hour or two. And I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I have for a few of mine have gone bad. I've gotten to some where I've got to give them a good shake to get a little more power out of them, And it's sad because when you look at and we had this kind of discussion, and Tyson, Faithfully Very Tyson, actually, we had a really good discussion one night about addiction versus passion or hobby. We still keep buying. You still keep buying, obviously, and you get a lot of companies sending you stuff, but you still keep buying those scents you like. But yeah, it's a real pisser to see some of those things, whether they were gifted to you by a friend, given to you by a company, or you bought them, particularly if you bought them. and they go bad just because there's just so much. I was talking to Ryan and Billy. I have yet to use an entire bottle of oil because I never wear the same set twice.
I can honestly say I used a full bottle of Chesapeake Cubano because that stuff I really enjoyed using that. That one I can honestly say that one when Gary sent that to me, I was like, damn, this is a really good cigar set. I used that and I bought a second one. I bought 4 bottles of 1912, and now I would send the 4-ounce bottle.
Oh,
and I'm using the 4-ounce bottle right now. I can honestly say that I've went through 2 bottles of Damn Yankee Cedar Tobacco Vanilla.
Okay.
And Honest Amish. That I can say those I've used completely.
Yeah, I know you're a big Amish fan from way back. Now 4 bottles of 1912. If I'm not mistaken, your wife's a big fan of that, right? So some of that was her.
That is, she just gets and smells it. She doesn't use it.
Oh, I thought she might have used it in her hair, on her body, or something like that. Oh, okay.
She actually used Weatherbeard Supplies Sweet Embers. She loved that scent and that beard whip in her hair. She loved that. She just hasn't used it since she went out. 1912 to me is still, in my opinion, is the most unique and original scent ever made. And everyone can disagree, but show me something that is as unique as that.
Answer me this, Scott, because I know you and Lux have a relationship, and the big boys. I've watched you both, like you and Dan and Scott and Scuba, do these Lux couple gift lives with Lux. Nice, very nice, dude. I haven't gotten since Vintage Bilberry. I haven't bought a bunch of Lux because Vintage and Bilberry to me had kind of let me down. And then I didn't buy a bunch. I bought the Cupid. I wasn't a fan of that. So I hadn't bought Lux in over a year until I bought this dark. Do you feel that the early Lux is still higher in your estimation than the later Lux? Or has he been able to keep going with it, or is the early Lux better in your opinion? Just for a scent variety.
That was a question I was going to ask you all.
Go ahead.
I'm not beating anybody up, but I don't like to mention names just because some people get butthurt. But I'm just throwing this out there in general because I've been asking people this in just private conversations, and I started it with Pete last week. Mm-hmm. Companies that make scents every 4 days, every 7 days, every week, every 2 weeks. If you have a monthly subscription, that's a completely different thing because that is what people sign up for. I don't think my point that I'm trying to make, the monthly subscription thing is exempt because that's what it is. It's a monthly subscription. It's almost like it's a VIP type thing. Companies that make sense very frequently. I really don't see a point. It almost makes me think that you're just, oh, that's good. I'm the type of guy, and I've never made a product, but if I was to make a product, I would make it and leave it sit for like a day or two, come back to it, let it sit, fester, and that would be my mentality of making a scent. I wouldn't be the type of person that's putting out products left and right. I don't really understand that. I see companies bringing out scents pretty much on a 1 to 2 a month, and I'm like, why are you doing this? But what I'm getting at is what you said. Can you still offer everything that you have in inventory?
Yeah,
because I'm not seeing it. Right. And I can say this as a consumer because there are some scents from a company that I like and I really like, and they're not available. And you never know when they're going to be available.
Right.
And I'm the type of consumer that if it's a company that I use in anything, if I can't get what I use on a regular basis, I'm going somewhere else and I'm just going to nix you out. That's just how if you can't offer your line pretty much on a regular basis, don't make it. No, get rid of it.
And this was my issue. It's weird. The reviewer artistic side of me just loves reading Lux's descriptions, and I want to try each and every cent, right? Mm-hmm. And then I get to the consumer side of me where I'm like, okay, well, let's start buying some fucking cents, and then they're all sold out, So my thing was reduce the available on the website. Yeah. So because it's frustrating to go cent to cent to cent to cent and not have anything be there, right? As a consumer, that's frustrating. And also, I guess I just, I think I drifted because of that very sort of thing between just me personally not liking a couple of the cents that at the time were his latest. And then that frustration, I just drifted away. But I still can count at least half a dozen cents on his website that I want to try. And I will if they get back into stock.
The way I think they should do it is like, you have, quarters of the year. And each quarter of the year, you have these available cents and only these available cents.
Yeah.
And that's rotate it like that.
That's a good idea. It's not just one company. It's quite a few that they're. Quite a few. Yeah. You never know when they're going to make something, but it's always like you have to wait for an email to know if you're going to buy or what you're going to buy.
And I'm glad you brought this up, Scott, because this is something I've always struggled with. Let's look at Jeff at Bad Dog Beards, who I've got nothing but respect for. But I would think he might have had more sense by now than he does. All right, so he's a guy that doesn't release too many scents. In fact, I think since he released his winter scent last year, he released his collab with you. He released a special scent for a friend of his, and then maybe two more. Okay. Mm-hmm. But there was a period of time there where he's just not releasing. And then there are other companies, like you said, that seem to release 2 a month. I guess where is that delicate balance is the issue. But and I'm not trying to criticize Bad Dog. It just strikes me as like, wow, he's been around a while. I would think he would have more sense. But then Jeff could counter with, how can I keep them all in inventory if I want them all in inventory, I can't have 15, 20 cents. So, I guess it's just one of those conundrums that it's just very difficult. And we're just bitches out here because we want it all, right? We want to be able to get whatever we want when we want it at that moment.
That's.
I'm reading the comments here and talking about creating a demand. These companies that do this limited time thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. But
you're
just making a demand because it's a big rush. It's a big rush for people to come buy your stuff. You pre-order it or whatever. That's fine and dandy. But what happens when it's gone? And then you get the messages, the emails that they bitch about on social media. Man, I get all your emails. I get all your messages and stuff. Well, what are you going to do about it? That's my answer. Someone we're doing it one time only. Okay. Don't be a liar. Don't bring it out later. Keep it one time and don't make it ever again, because that makes you look like a fake.
Yeah.
And Joey Hookham, I agree. It is a business model. And to me, there is a lot of this community, particularly from those of us who buy a lot of scents. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of this that we're not just purchasing care for our beard, but we're purchasing the community itself. Because when Johnny Groom says, I have this, and Scott says, I have this, and Bearded Joey Hookham says, I have this, I'm like, well, shit, I want that too. Yeah. And it's great if I can then go to Beard Company X and buy that. Mm-hmm. Right. But when I can't, it's frustrating as all hell, because I want to be hanging out with you dudes. I want to know what the hell it smells like.
And that's what I mean? That's another reason why I make it a point to if I'm going to do a review, I want to make sure that this is going to be available for when, the review drops, that people are going to be able to go buy it, I'm not going to do a review on a scent that is no longer in stock or no longer for sale, unless it's I don't know, like a throwback or something. I have to word it right. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want people rushing to the website and make me look like a liar,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So just one other comment, Scott, you don't need to do anything with this. I just find it, I don't believe in astrology, but sometimes I have to go, The 2 times I have ever gone on live with you, Some shit's been going down in the background for some reason. I just find that kind of interesting.
I thought about that, like I said, because I buy stuff, and I'm not throwing sand at one company. I see it in quite a bit. It annoys you. It does. It does. But you're like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is what it is. You can't buy them all. That's why like my reviews have slowed down a lot. I'm not buying that much anymore and all that stuff. And I just the wallet's getting emptier and emptier.
I'm not paying you anymore, Johnny. I told you that before. I'm not giving you more money.
Oh my god! If you were paying me, I don't know. I missed some checks then.
So Scott, my other question is because you're COVID. We got this term long hauler for the people that get over COVID but still have the effects months later. You're a reviewer long hauler. Is it still grabbing you like it did 2+ years ago when you were, you had the shower curtain behind you and you did the first Crushers Creations review with that old school label of his? Do you still find that passion, desire, and all that other jazz 2.5 years down the road? And if so, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's still fun. It's like I said, when you're has anyone tried Beer Gents? Fuck that company. I'll say it. Fuck that company. You can tell Jay. You can tell Jay to eat shit.
Oh,
and go make his own fucking commercials. Yeah. Go make his own fucking commercials. There, I'll say it.
Scott released a live about a week or so ago. Go to Beer Times of Scott on Instagram. Go look at his lives. He did about 15 minutes on this very topic. If you want to hear the full in-depth raw right after it happened version,
I'll tell you exactly. I'll shorten it down real quick. This is exactly what happened. I did a review for Beer Gents, and for the second time, their owner took it upon himself to take my video, use his phone, and steal it from his computer and make a commercial. That's theft. Okay? That's theft. He didn't have my permission to do so, and he blurred out my shirt. So, yeah, I have a right to be pissed off because that's my video. I made it. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing as a photographer who makes the greatest picture ever taken, and someone just takes it and just puts it on their social media. Same thing. Exact same thing. And they could sue you for that.
I would be the first person to call out a reviewer who's fucking up. Like the last time I was live with Scott, I didn't have an argument with him. He was 100% right. And this time,
so all the haters that don't like me, let me see someone take something you created and do that. Right. I bet you you'll be way more pissed off than I would be. I said, it's free promotion. You make a video. All they have to do is share the link. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Don't take it and make it your own. You altered my video. You made a commercial. You want a commercial made? Go pay the thousands of dollars. And then when I told the guy, and I just named a specific price because I was pissed off, he acted like that was insane. I said, you stole my fucking video. What do you expect me to say? And
I think because he does that. I know, like, he'll share like
there's no, hold on. No, Jay, there are not two sides to every story. I'm in the fucking right. You're in the wrong. Don't try to defend yourself because everybody here watching knows what happened. Don't even attempt to say any fucking thing. You stole it. You cannot admit, you cannot deny it. I asked you to remove it, and you did. The conversation is over. If you want to make it a bigger fucking deal, I suggest you shut your fucking mouth now. That's the end of the conversation for that.
Okay.
Johnny, this is in your wheelhouse. You want to move us along?
Yeah, we'll move past it.
People can get pissed at me. People can get mad at me for what just happened or what's going on. I did nothing wrong but protect my content. That's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of some content makers, of course, like Scott. There's there's monetary value to their stuff. So like, you know, it always is a good practice, of course, to ask before using other people's, you know, content and stuff like that. You know,
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary Lewis. Thank you.
If I take a picture of something, you know, it's my content. Sometimes, like, you know, if I'm a photographer, like, you know, I'm gonna want money for that picture. You know, if that's what I'm doing, you know, let's say like I'm taking a picture and I'm not charging for photos. If someone takes my photo and they use it, you know, it's still like, you know, morally, they're still taking my content. I made a post about this before because I had did a TikTok, and someone took that TikTok and used it to push their brand.
Right.
I did a little thing, was like, you know what, this guy, you know, if you take content from someone without asking, you know, fuck you, you're an asshole. But I kept it very vague. I didn't name any names or anything like that because that's just the way I'm at. And but it's the same kind of deal. Like, you know, if they had come to me and asked me, like, hey, we saw this TikTok, we want to use it, I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, you know, whatever. But they just took it or whatever, and that bothered me.
It's real simple. It's really simple. All you do is ask. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not about me making money and getting paid for that. It's the simple fact. It's the principle. It's what's what I'm looking for. The right thing to do.
Common courtesy.
It's the right thing to do.
Business ethics.
All you have to do. Hey, can I do a little snippet thing? Sure, man, no problem. You know. Or if someone wanted to say, as an example, someone wanted to say, I'll pay you. I'll be like, yeah. In most cases, it's not even about getting money in hand. I'll be like, yeah, send me a shirt. You know, surprise me, send me something. You know, it's that easy.
My way in here, and then we can move past this, is I just want to say I saw Beer Gents. I saw Jay say there are two sides to every story, and okay, fair enough. But here's what I know. I had a ringside seat to both sides of the story. The last time Scott, you know, had or the last time I was involved with Scott having a kerfluffle with an owner, and
kerfluffle.
He was kerfluffle.
Is that a real word? Is that a real word?
That is a real word.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he was 100% spot on, and from a business professional point of view, he was I can't fault him at all. And so what that does to me is it sets a baseline for Scott and his interactions. And so when I see him do the IG about what happened between him and Beer Gents, and having been a reviewer for a short amount of time and knowing what Scott's talking about, I tend to side with him because I know that he, based on 2 incidents now, he has been in the right for the practices between him and the company, whatever they may be. All right. So moving on. Ackerson Roundtable Part 2. Hey.
No, it's not like that here. No.
Here's what I know. Because this one won't disintegrate as a result of it. I love Scott being honest. Look, motherfuckers, and I mean everyone in the most loving way when I say that, motherfuckers. Look, motherfuckers, this should be the place where we can talk about anything and not be afraid. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to talk about it and just be able to discuss it no matter what it is.
Gary, the first time he's talking about was with Barn Brand Beards. That was the first time.
Yes.
Which I was in the right completely. And you said that yourself. Because I remember that day that I talked to Rob Acker, I talked to Gary Lewis, and I talked to Scuba before I put that video up. And the video in that video, it is pinned to this day that guy's post was video of the year right there. He said it.
Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah, because
it took a lot for me to make that video, and I knew that people were going to be surprised because the thing, a commercial would be a paid ad. No, you made a commercial. Stop this into the ground, Jay. You took it and made a commercial. That's the end of the conversation. Stop trying to defend yourself because you're in the wrong.
All right.
No, I didn't say I was fine with it the first time. You never said anything. I just kept my mouth shut to see if you do it again, and you did. You reshare most of the reviews you've done. Maybe you should ask them, because I talked to one who just made a video for you, and they changed their policies and stuff now. maybe you should think about things before, as a business, before you do that.
Yeah, some reviewers don't care, particularly if they have a lower amount of views. They don't mind the exposure. They would like to be seen on a business's website. Other guys, like Scott, who have a lot of viewers, who have a lot of time into this, who can command $1 for services rendered, I can see that being an issue, like Johnny just went into about 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, thank you. James Pershing, thank you. Just shut your mouth, Jay. Just shut up. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
All right.
Yeah. So, what was it? The
The
whole thing with the Barn Brand Beards thing,
that was a messed up thing, and I didn't do anything wrong. And that guy tried to expose me for nothing. I make commercials, but can never use them unless I put clothes on. No, Gary makes his ads. He does good ads. I've seen his ads.
The thing, the whole thing with that was that you did an honest review on Barn Brand, whether they paid or not, you did an honest review, and that's all you did.
Yep.
I mean, dude, if I get something I don't like, I'm gonna say I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just because I mean, I don't get paid for anything, but I'm saying if I did get paid, I would still I would still be the same way. I would say I don't really like this. I have scents that I'm gonna review that I don't really like. I have them right here. I'm going to review them. In my reviews, I'm going to say I don't like this, but I give it high points and its low points, of course, because it, scent is subjective. It may not be for me, maybe for you. You know what I mean? So, which is breath? Which is breath? Wasn't for me, and it wasn't for Joe. But everybody else fucking loved it. It loved it so much that it sold so much that he had to make a whole new batch.
Yeah, and by the way, on that note, I got to say, you guys know I'm a huge Hanyaker fan. I'm close to that. Scott did not like Hanyaker, and some of
them I did. Some of them
it irritated you, right? It actually messed with your skin or something.
Some people may. I was told that someone told me they called bullshit on that, and they said that I should have put it in the video. You really want me to put in a video me putting a beard oil on? It burns my fucking skin, and that makes the company look more.
No,
bad.
That's malicious. If
that's
you
fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's
the person who said that to me is in the chat right now, and I was like, "Are you fucking stupid?" So why would I do that? And if I say in my content in a video that something gave me a rash, I mean, what am I going to lie about that for? Everything,
right?
I mean,
right. Yeah. Again, and this is, and to me, this is the perfect example of how I treat Scott's integrity. I'm a huge Hanyaker fan. Blah blah blah. It didn't work for Scott. That's just the way the cookie fucking crumbles. That means that it's not like I'm like, oh fuck you, Scott, how dare you not like Hanyaker? Because I appreciate his integrity and honesty in the way that, and based on what he said with Barn Brand and other things, I want that integrity and honesty. Quite honestly, I don't want everything to be 100% great. And so he doesn't like Hanyaker. So what? That doesn't change how I feel about Hanyaker. It's just not Scott's thing. And like he said, he did like some of them. But
he's got one out that's I hear all you guys talking about. I can't remember the name of it. It's
Taproot.
That's it. That's one. That I knew it was a band that I played with. I just couldn't remember the name. I played with Taproot quite a bit.
Nice.
They were a good band.
That's what I'm saying. This beard thing is it's almost like to each their own. I can show you a fragrance, I can show you the labeling, how the butter looks and everything. I can tell you how it feels, how it works in my beard, but you're not going to know how it's going to work until you fucking buy it and wear it yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. and here's the thing. And the more I've been out of this, the more I've thought about it. You really need to know your reviewer, okay? Because what Johnny said is, as far as how the beard reacts, there's guys out there like Ryan that do this, that can point to a carrier oil and say, if that carrier oil is in that beard oil, I can't buy it.
Right.
I don't have that kind of skill. I don't know. Right. I've had everything work, okay? So when you come to watch a Barbados Joe video, I'm trying to give you descriptors for scent. And you should be able to know, if you watch my content over time and try a couple of them, what I like and what I don't like. And then you match it up maybe with other guys who reviewed the same thing. But yeah, Johnny's right. Until you get that stuff in your beard, something that I could love, Ryan Crozier looks at it and says, does it have grapeseed oil in it? I know Barbara
Yeah,
Joe said he
can't
liked
use
it,
Yeah.
but does it have grapeseed oil? Because I can't use it. You've got to get that intimate. Otherwise, we're just trying to kind of guide you guys along. But we can't ever be the be-all end all.
Joshua Ricks. No, I have not tried Gary's Vitality. I haven't.
Let me see what the chat's been doing. Yeah, some people don't like good stuff.
I'm going to take a time out. I'll be right back.
Okay. The sneeze heard around the world. I didn't know that, Rob. Hold on. Share a notification of the review. That's what owners are allowed to do without permission. Do not edit and use. Yeah, Rob, I know, has been in some of these discussions back in the day, too. He might have said a thing or two. He's not the most shyest of flowers over there. I used an oil that made my beard crunchy, and others loved it. They didn't believe me either. Yeah, exactly, Gary. I've yet to find that crunchy thing.
I got to agree with him. There are some products that do that.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah,
it's like we all say, not everything works for everybody. It's going to do something different for every single person. It just does.
Right. And I would looking at Scott's beard and looking at Johnny's beard, I would guess my beard is closer to Johnny's than to Scott's. So just as far as and that's another thing. When you're watching a beard reviewer, look at his beard. Look at his age. Look at his styling, or look at what it naturally does. Scott's got a lot of wave to his at the bottom, right? I don't have any of that wave up here. I'm much more tight and curly. Johnny's is a lot more like mine. So if I'm thinking about how the oil is going to perform, I'm going to listen to Johnny's more than Scott's just because he's got a closer beard to mine than Scott does, you know? Mm-hmm. But when Scott says to me, Mountaineer's got the best beard wash, 2019 or whatever the hell it was, 18, that's something that it doesn't matter. You don't need to look at the beard. You just need to work with the product. And I just used it tonight, Scott, even the one I bought 2 years ago. God damn, there is not a better lathering wash out there. Holy hell, that's good shit.
They have an amazing beard wash, I can honestly say. I have it on my shelf and use it to this day.
Yeah, to this day. I got to get me some news. I have the unscented because I don't like any of their scents. They know that. But they're going to have that lime and sage. I'm going to pick some of that up.
The lime and sage is a good one. I like that one. It's a nice fresh scent. I like that one.
Which company are we talking about now?
Talk about the Mountaineer brand beard wash.
Every fragrance oil makes my beard crunchy. Michael Payton, yes. I got to tell one more quick story. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot. I had the cutest little girl 2 years ago. She made candles. She knew I was a beard dude. I was just starting my channel, just getting into it. She made me a beard oil, but she used the fragrance she used on candles. Okay? So it smelled really, really good. I really liked the fragrance. I got it into my beard, and my beard just went. And I was like, what? Because that was the first time I'd ever experienced it. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then I realized, oh, shit, the fragrances she's using, blah, 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 blah. I never told the dear heart that did that, but that was my on-the-job training of the difference in that kind of stuff and jacking up those oils.
You could have got fucked up.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't.
You could have got really messed up. You have to really, if you're going to use those, you have to really dilute them into carrier oils heavily.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Fable gives me the crunchy beard. Oh, good admission, McMahon. Good admission. Hey, it happens, What are you doing?
It's the fragrance oils, Anything
what are you doing?
Some people are different,
Oh, are you for real? My wife is laying down, okay? She's turned in for the night, okay? So she can't hear me, or she can't hear you all. She's laying here on the bed. She has her rain machine going.
I love that.
She has a habit you guys have probably seen. She picks her nose and wipes it in my beard. She puts it on my pillow. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a running joke. It's not real.
Yeah.
She'll go like this.
Yeah.
Put it in my beard. She goes, we'll save it for later. She just put it on my pillow. All right. Okay. BGG beard reviews. As a reviewer of you are not being honest, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You got to be honest.
Got to. You have to be, unless you're making a commercial. And I'm just saying that's
totally.
That's the long and
if you're
short
making an ad, yeah. If you're making an ad for the company,
no. I'm talking a hype video, a promo video, a commercial. There's a difference in a review in those three.
I concur.
Your reviews are different.
This is as an example.
I concur. Yeah.
I was going to do this. I didn't. I did not do this. I was sent a set recently by a company that I have been on another YouTube channel and talked about. And I was asked to make a video and had to be out by a certain date, which I was like, that ain't happening just because that's not going to happen. And I started seeing videos, hype videos, promo videos come out of that specific product. And I said, I don't even like this. Why would I do it? So I was short and sweet about the product when I talked about it on camera and threw it away like the next day. And I was going to make a hype promo video and then a week later give the review, which wouldn't have been a good review. And I can guarantee you that every person that would have watched it would have said, dude, you got balls. Because I was going to prove a point. There's a commercial hype promo video, and then there's a review. And I was going to distinguish the two. But I didn't. Because people would have been like, they may have taken it the wrong way. But I didn't. I was like, no, not even worried about it.
So, Scott, do you still have a Rock Band game? Like, do you have the most recent one, Rock Band 4?
No. I had Rock or Guitar Hero for the Xbox 360, but I used the Rock Band drums for years because I like the Rock Bands better because I couldn't break them. That's pretty much what it was. Oh, Mandy's adding to my grocery list for tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I used to play Guitar Hero like religion. I had 1, 2, 3 World Tour, Van Halen, Metallica, Aerosmith, the 80s version, and then the greatest hits. And excuse me, I hated it because I was the only one who could play the drums, and all my friends would come play and stuff. I was always the drummer. I was like, damn it, I hated it because I would play it on the hardest level because you're playing the whole song in its entirety, and I'm the one saving the whole song. I'm like, fucking play.
Well, nowadays on the Xbox One, you can actually join other players virtually and play together that way.
Really?
So I could be playing dudes with the drums in Alabama, guitar in California, whatever it is. And they have this mode called Rivals where you compete as a band, and you can have up to 10 members in your band, and each week you try and achieve a certain percentage so you can get the next level higher, et cetera, et cetera. But I thought if you did that would be cool because you and I could go online and play together. Because I play a pretty decent bass, not a great bass, but a decent bass. I don't have the manual dexterity to do guitar. Too much shit going on for guitar for me.
I always played on hard when I played the guitar level. I never played on expert. Just a few songs if I actually knew how to play the song. Because if you ever played the Metallica game?
No, I have not. No, I've only had Rock Band, never had Guitar Hero.
Okay. If you play Guitar Hero Metallica, you are playing the songs note for note, but just not down the fretboard. You're just like if you're playing a specific chord, you're playing it on that note. And I was like, that's just badass. Like my cousin actually told me because my cousin 100% of the entire game. Me and him, he played all the guitar, I played the drums, and we 100% of the entire game of Metallica. It was awesome.
Shit, that's fun. That's fun because Metallica songs aren't easy.
Well, he's almost 30. He's almost 30 now, and he's one of the greatest guitar players I've ever known. He's really, really good, and he knows how to read music. He knows theory. He knows like the whole shebang. So he just picked up on it like it was nothing, and we play like what all's on there, Slayer, Machine Head, like some pretty intricate songs and stuff. And I'm like, this is our wheelhouse, man. So we're just there, just I'm like, I got it. I used to play with just like a pair of shorts, just playing in my living room.
Yeah. I play with the kids when we're going to move into a new house in March. We're building a new house. We're going to move to it. I'm going to try and find me a drum set because that's the only thing we don't have. And we'll have basement room to set up. And then That'll be fun because I got more kids than I got instruments right now. So it'd be nice to have the whole family getting involved.
Have you heard of Rocksmith? The game called Rocksmith?
I have not, Johnny.
You play with a real guitar.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it teaches you how to play the guitar, which comes with strings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a real freaking guitar with the game. And I'm like, I want to get that.
Yeah, I would love to learn how to play guitar.
I remember playing that. I played it a couple of times. A friend of mine had it.
So you play drums and you know a little real guitar, Scott. Ah, okay. No, I did not know that about you.
I see. Now watch. I'll see. This is where you're going to be like, what?
Oh,
I'm left-handed.
So am I.
Mine put away. Mine
I did the same thing.
I don't have any songs for tonight, but
I play left-handed. Well, guitar. I drum right-handed. I learned to drum right-handed because it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Drum equipment is way more expensive for like the kick pedal is like $200-300 more because it's backwards.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like my kick pedal was $400, brand new, and the matching one for a lefty was $500 or $600. So I was like, wow, I'm good.
See, it's a right-handed world, baby. So can you give us a classic rock riff of any nature there? Something from the 70s or 80s that we all might know?
I don't know. I don't know.
We have a habit of live music on this show, Scott.
I know. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a Metallica tune I know off the top of my head. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Fair enough, man.
Harvester of Sorrow. I used to play that one all the time. That was my jam. I used to play.
Awesome,
I used to play the Injustice for All album, and shit. This Black Album. I couldn't think. I was drawing a blank. The Black Album. I would play those like in their entirety with my band practices and stuff. We never played them live, but the Van Halen game was fun. I love that.
I've got 3 or 4 songs on Rock Band from the Running with the Devil album. Obviously Eddie just passed away. Again,
I had tears in my eyes yesterday. I can't lie. I did. I was like, damn, because it music. I'm sure you guys can tell. Music is a big part of my life, even though I haven't played for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Van Halen changed music in general. There will never be another Eddie Van Halen in the world, and I've been on the hunt to get one of his original 5150 amps for years because I recorded with it. When my bands recorded, we used 5150s because that's like the staple guitar amp for modern metal music now is the 5150. And I just don't want to pay $1,000 or more because they don't make them anymore. They're vintage. And, if you want something nice, you're going to pay a pretty penny. Imagine what it's going to be now. It's going to be even more. I found some. I can't use bill money to get it. I'm like, I'll get it eventually.
There you go.
Am I going to keep my beard? I'm letting it go. I trimmed it because I needed a good trim, Josh, and I'm proud that Brian from Beards and Banjos helped me do it on camera. Like that was a fun day, and I'm gonna let it grow. But I got something in the works that these two guys know about. We talked about off of the live. I might be surprising some people here in the future. I don't know yet. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Something was said in a video the other day, and it got my attention, and I'm like, I'll just say that. I'm not even going to say it because I may wind up doing it. To answer the question from earlier, I'm drinking a Yingling Oktoberfest.
I'm drinking
Yingling?
Oktoberfest.
Yingling, the oldest brewery in America, for those who don't know. Continue.
It's a good one.
I found out that, what was it? The Dogfish Head was bought by Sam Adams.
Really?
I found that out today because I was looking for a specific beer, and he goes, "Oh, it's the same company." I was like, "No, they're not." I was like,
"Hell, if that probably left by now." But that'll, Scott, 2 more things real quick. One was a trivia note on Eddie Van Halen, and one is a wrestling thing. So I was reading up on some trivia Eddie Van Halen. I never realized this, even though I grew up during this time. When 1984 was making the charts, the only album ahead of it was Thriller, which of course Eddie Van Halen played the solo on "Beat It," which obviously was the huge song early from that album, which I was like, oh, so even though he was number 2, he was also number 1. And I would be remiss having a passionate wrestling fan on here if I did not mention, of course, the unfortunate passing of Road Warrior Animal.
That's sad. That was sad. That was my tag team.
Yeah, give us your take. Like, what did the Road Warriors, whether it's AWA, WCW, or WWF, what did the Road Warriors mean to you? You said they were your tag team. What does that mean to you?
They're like, if you think about it, their names were Hawk and Animal. They were based upon Mad Max. That's where the concept came from. Yeah. And their hair, which Hawk had the 2 mohawks, Animal had the 1. The whole point was they ran their heads together. That's what you see. That was like their thing, because they always were head to head or whatever. They were different. They beat the crap out of people. They didn't have a gimmick. When their promos, they said they snack on danger, they dine on death. Like they were what you saw them. They beat the shit out of you, and they just they went from territory to territory. They took it over. They were awesome. In my opinion, there are tag teams that have won more titles. That's great, but find me another tag team that beat the hell out of you like that.
Right?
None. I will say there's 2 that were close. But they didn't. One of them didn't cross paths. The other one they did, but they didn't really do too good of a fight. The Hart Foundation and the Legion and the Road Warriors, they crossed paths, but that one was more the fact it's time to get them to fight. But another tag team that would have gave them a run for their money, call me crazy, the British Bulldogs.
Oh yeah. But particularly in Dynamite, those guys were. They were the next evolution. Yeah, when they came in, they were the next evolution of tag teams until the Road Warriors came in a couple years later.
Dude, sure. I could talk wrestling with you forever. You know that. I love wrestling.
Well, here I just wanted to say a couple things because what you said just there. I've listened to both of Jim Cornette's podcasts weekly for years and years and years, and of course, Jim Cornette was the manager. Depending on your views, arguably the greatest manager of all time. Maybe not, but he definitely was the manager of one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the Midnight Express, particularly as far as workers go. Bobby Eaton was one of the greatest workers we've ever seen, a Shawn Michaels level worker without all the hype behind him, okay?
Yep.
And he talked a lot about the Road Warriors this week. And he talked about that they had a lot of respect for the Express because all you had to do was do their shit, get their shit over, and they'd be willing to work for you. And here's a trivia note for you, Scott. The only team in WCW that the Warriors ever did a legit job for, not a DQ, not any weird shit, a legit pin for on a house show was the Midnight Express because they knew they were leaving a WWF and they were doing, I don't know, a house show in Peoria or someplace in the Midwest. And they said, Jimmy, you guys have treated us well all this time. Even though they were booked to go over the Midnight Express, they said they changed it at the house show and said, we're going to go let you guys win tonight, which I thought was really, really cool because nobody fucking beat the Road Warriors clean ever. Truly. It never happened.
The Tully and Arn never did. Skyscrapers never did.
No.
The Steiner brothers never did. Sting and
the
Luger never
Russians.
Did.
The Russians never did.
Yeah, the Russians. Fucking Russians, man. The Koloffs were bad ass, man.
Yeah. Nikita. Nikita. I've always been a heel guy, Scotty. Nikita was my. When I wanted to look at eye candy, as a teenager, it was Nikita Koloff, and when I wanted to listen to someone, it was fucking Roddy Piper, man. And of course, Ric Flair. You can't get away from that, And you had to grudgingly admire our boy the Dream, because even though I wanted Ric Flair to beat Rhodes, goddamn was he good on the promo.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
When WCW folded, it was obviously everybody went to WWE in some way, shape, or form. And I think when they developed NXT, they knew they're like, this is the promo teacher. And I mean, come on, the man was the booker for WCW and NWA forever. He did their contracts. I mean, he was the promo. Come on, Hard Times, one of the greatest promos ever made. And to this day in NXT, they have promo class, and that's awesome. Yeah. People may hate. People can knock NXT because it's my favorite brand. I've said it. I'm not afraid to admit it. They take wrestlers who don't have a lot of exposure, or they do, and they make you into a star. You have everything you need in that performance center to do your in-ring stuff, and it's all being shot on camera for Vince McMahon to see. I don't know if people know that. Everything is surveillance. Like, he could see everything in those rings. And they do a promo. It's sent to Vince McMahon directly. Every one of them is shot and sent just for documentation purposes. So,
here's what. Sorry, Scotty, go ahead and finish.
They have everything they need to become a star in NXT, and I'm like, why wouldn't you want to go there? I would go there just to. I would never be a wrestler. If I could do it, I would go there for a 3-day camp just to do it, just to try. Yeah. Why not?
Well, I don't watch. I just listen to Cornette. I get all my modern wrestling. And now, granted, Camel Cam hates Cornette. Granted, he's a little biased, and I love it because I'm old school like Cornette. But when we talk about SmackDown, Raw, AEW, or NXT, Cornette maintains that NXT is the closest thing to old school wrestling that there is. But something's making a comeback that he's been talking about the last 2 weeks, and that's a Ring of Honor. He's been talking about the Ring of Honor comeback and how he's really enjoying their shit and how that. And I don't know. I don't watch, but those of you wrestling fans that are out there, you might want to, if you haven't already taken a peek at the new Ring of Honor product, you may want to.
Ring of Honor has always been good. They not necessarily competed with WWE, but they have never changed. It's you shake your hand in the ring, that's the role, you got to do it. I mean, they've never changed, but they've had people come and go. They've had Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, CM Punk.
A lot of good
and where did they all go?
To WWE. Right, they were big. But now they do stuff. I didn't realize this. Rope breaks in there. They're actually, you're allowed a limited amount of rope breaks, and so it becomes a strategic thing. And the announcers sell it. You're allowed 2 rope breaks during a match, so it's not automatic. You get into you as the wrestler have to call for the rope break, meaning shit, I'm in trouble. I'm going to call for a rope break, and then the ref breaks it, but then that counts as one of your 2. So they've added this new level of not only like psychology for the fan, but also like in the actual competition, this rope break thing is an actual strategy towards the outcome of a match, which I really, really like that they're trying to make it as legitimate as it can be, to the outside observer.
Yeah.
What's killing me?
Answer your question, Billy Rogers. No. I think the Velveteen Dream is the best star that NXT has. Whether he has allegations against him or not, I don't really care about that. But he has allegations that with underage people. I'll just say that. And I don't know if it's true, but I think he is the greatest gifted wrestler in NXT today. His character, he is like Prince. That's his character, and he's perfect, flawless. The NWA on YouTube is closer to the 80s wrestling. That's supposed to be. That's what they want it to be. But they want it with the new wrestlers. It's like, here, take a new flavor and take it back to the old school. It's cool, but you're not going to get what we grew up with in the NWA. There's a big difference.
No, go ahead, Johnny. You even want to say something, brother?
Oh no, what's killing me now in like WWE is the cameramen. The way they're doing their camera work is crazy. Every time there's an altercation or a fight or whatever, they take the camera and they just go like right into.
It's like this. Like you punch them
like this the whole time with the camera.
It's like if they're punching them, you get one and then closer and then closer. And I'm like, oh.
He's having an epileptic seizure while he's trying to punch you. Like, what's wrong with you?
Gentlemen, it's D930.
Yes, it's Dirty 930. I don't know what that even means. We just mark it. We're just like, it's like, a holiday almost every night. It's D930 time.
So walk me through this. What is this now?
Oh, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. We normally we have usually like a company owner and a guest on, and like we'll do all like the company owner spiel before the first hour, and then after that it kind of turns into like open discussion. If Brett was here, he would start with the taint talk. Yeah. There's a lot of taint talk at 9:30.
Yeah. Balls and ass cracks and mouths in inappropriate places, all that stuff comes out at D9:30.
Yeah. And then when it later it gets that's why some of our lives got taken down, because like the later it gets, the worse it gets.
Johnny shows decapitation videos and everything goes to hell.
Oh, this is a good idea.
It was a great idea until YouTube got a hold of it.
So YouTube got a hold of it. I didn't even show it. I cut it right off before the playthrough.
Okay, Rob Acker, you just lost 25,000 wrestling awesome points. So you are officially now in the negative for your 9:31 p.m. comment.
I'll be right back.
Officially in the negative, minus 25,000 points.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he took a big hit on that one. He did.
Cameras don't do crotch shots at the female wrestlers. They include TV. Yeah, they do. They I don't know what's going on with those with the cameramen there.
So anyway, how you been? I ain't talked to you in about a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I've been all right. Just doing the thing and getting by.
I'm just messing with you, Rob. You know I love you, man. It's all good.
I got sick. What was it yesterday? And I was like, oh shit. Because I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
COVID thing. I don't leave the house. I don't go nowhere. And if I go somewhere, I wear a mask, and I'm in and out within the first 5 minutes if I go to a store or something like that. But my wife is like, oh, I'm going to go here and hang out with all these people. And I'm like, okay, fine. All right, whatever. So she did that on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuesday, I come down with this horrible body ache. My nose won't stop running. I can't get up from the bed. I'm all jacked up. I'm like, what the fuck? And actually, I filmed a review like that, super sick, and I'll never do it again. I learned that Tuesday. If I'm not feeling well or whatever, I'm not going to film anything. But I filmed the review anyway, and I got it uploaded, whatever, got it done. The review didn't come out that great because I was all fucked up. But I just kept thinking man, if she went to that party and she got me sick and I was so angry and everything like that. But then after I slept for about 12 hours straight, I was okay. So I feel good now, thank goodness. But
when I was sick earlier this year, when I was sick, I don't know if you guys remember. It was end of January, February, because I wasn't making any content or anything. I was I was really sick. I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think I may have had the COVID. If I'm not saying this thing isn't real. I don't know, and maybe it is. I don't want to go into that discussion, right. But I'm pretty sure I had something related to it because I couldn't breathe, and the family went out for a really nice buffet dinner, and if I don't go out to eat, there's something wrong with me, especially at a buffet. I'm if I don't go out to eat, there's something wrong. So they went out to eat. I slept for the entire day. I was going to work and working maybe 4 or 5 hours, doing my first half of my work for the morning. My boss, she knew I was sick. She was excusing me. She's like, just go. I couldn't even stand up on my machine. She knew. And then the COVID hit, and then I may have had it. I don't know. Who knows? But it's real until November 3rd. What does that mean? Oh, Election Day. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that stuff.
We'll see.
All I know is I'm voting for Ric Flair, and you all should, because I vote for him every 4 years.
Profiling, Rolex wearing, what is it? Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing.
Yep.
Limousine riding, jet flying, Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing. Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing. Bright lights, big cities, pretty fucking ladies. Ric Flair all day.
Have you seen the animated story on the network?
Yeah,
he's on the airplane and all he's wearing is the robe.
Yeah.
I think about that. It makes me every time I see that. Every time I want to laugh, I go in and watch that. It makes me crack up so hard. It's so funny.
Okay, so here's what we try and keep politics at a distance, but
yeah,
I'm going to bring this up. Politics in a good way.
Okay.
2 women in close proximity to Trump got the COVID recently, right?
Okay.
And we're talking about salad tossing in the chat. Hope Hicks and Kaylee, Hope Hicks, a close personal aide, and Haley McElhenney, the press secretary. I want to get the salad tossing opinions of the boys in the chat on those 2 ladies. And if you don't know who they are, look them up. It's
Meaning, do you want them to toss each other's, or do you want to?
Oh well, Johnny Grooves. No, I just mean what their odds are for the guys in the chat.
Oh, okay. Would the guys in the chat would toss theirs out?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I'm not ashamed to admit it or whatever, but I ain't never done that in my entire life. Had it happen, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay.
See, I don't know what Hope Hicks looks like. I
didn't
Google.
I didn't want to change the subject because I didn't get to finish what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about video games.
Yeah,
I don't have a system. I have one of my old retired coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
He moved down here from Michigan,
mm-hmm.
and he had no friends or nothing. He was just a nice old man. He had an original PlayStation 1 Slim. He gave it to me when he left. So I have that, and I'll never play it, because it's hard to get stuff for it. So I have that, but and I just have my Mortal Kombat machine. That's all I got. That's all I use. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. That's all I play.
Scott is trying to take this thing off the overpass, but we're going to keep going down the interstate.
Back to the tossing of the salads. Yeah, back.
I don't know. I'm looking at Hope Hicks, and like I'm not seeing. She looks okay, but like she's just not my type. Not my type.
Okay, all right.
It's 2020. We Adam. I can honestly say I'm looking in my camera. Never done it. Never had it happen to me.
There it is.
Is that my fault? I guess. Of all my wild nights that I've had in my music career, never happened. I can admit this. My wife knows this, and she's asleep now. And I don't care if anybody knows this. I've been occupied with 20 women in my lifetime. Not really proud of that number, but of all the nights, I can honestly say I knew who I was going home with. I did. Sometimes it didn't happen because I wasn't going to have charges brought upon me. I was smart. I may have played a lot of shows and drank a lot, but when it come to the end of the night, I was like, I'm going home. And I'm like sober because I'd sweated my buzz out. And I'm like, and the drunk girl comes up to me and I'm like, I look over at the band and I'm like, I'm going to take her home. And they're like, well, you're the only sober one here, so go. But like, bye. So, of course, the next day, you get the so what did you do? Where are you at? I'm like, her bed. Yeah, like her bed. No ass eating here. It wasn't in my vows. Oh,
okay. All right.
How can you not have done it on accident by this point?
Just cross that bridge.
Yep. The bridge is a slang code here, Scott, on the beer therapy.
That's a term that birthed here in beer therapy, the bridge.
I guess I haven't been or met the freaky. I don't know. I mean,
sometimes, Scott, you just got to walk down that path and see what happens. You just got to walk into the fog and see if anything's going to happen. Well, at least that's my philosophy on life.
I can honestly say, I got nothing on this whole topic. I got nothing. You all have got me. I got nothing.
Well, we learned something about Scott tonight. He's got nothing on the topic. By the way, go ahead.
I got nothing on the tossed salad. I'm more of like a chef salad. You know what I'm saying? Or Caesar. That's about all I got.
What on I don't know.
I'm a big fan of croutons.
Oh, gee.
Man, I'm not going to go that way. Let's let the chat throw. You and I, Johnny Grooms and or guest of the week, we're always tossing out 9:30 topics. Let's let the chat throw out. They started with the Halle Berry. Let's have them carry 9:30 this week.
Yeah.
When can we expect an update, Scott? On what, James?
An update on what?
on Scott's knowledge of the salad?
I can honestly tell you the salad there's never going to be an update. I can tell you that.
Scott is not at the salad bar. Okay, he's going straight meat.
Some people just, that's not their thing, Like, I know for one thing that's not my thing. Like, I know definitely it's not my thing. Don't go anywhere near that region. Just don't even.
McMahon, I have no reason. I'm looking in the camera. Never happened. Never happened.
Rob, God dang it.
You would think I'll be desensitized because of the whole bidet thing, because the bidet, it's like that strong stream of
water. Have one? You have one?
I do. It's great. I love it. But like nobody ever better never ever near touch that area with their hands. I'll take a stream of water, but that's where the line draws right there.
Go ahead, Scott.
I'm gonna have to call you sidewalk sissy on this bidet thing, man. I mean,
keep it clean.
Scott, you got to be careful, man. A lot of the chat's gone bidet. It's the new thing of 2020 and 2019 is the bidet.
I live on a farm. I mean, I don't think that's going to work very. I think about it. I live on a farm. We have 7 cats in the house. They're going to be drinking out of the damn toilet 24 hours a day.
Fair enough.
Hey, Will, you never know.
Rob Acker. We seldom disagree, except on big things in which we disagree. But, dude, a worldly man such as yourself, I am surprised. That's what I will say. I am surprised. I'm with Emo on this.
I know people might not believe. I guess you could say I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not for everybody,
I don't know. I've never done it. Okay. I'm like laughing at myself. I have never had a woman look at me and say, "Eat my ass." I'm like, really? Well, in my head, I'll be like, yeah.
Mandy's gonna wake up. She's gonna, what the hell are you talking about?
That is a cross the Rubicon moment, Scott. That's where the man card for some is definitely out there.
She has the rain machine going. She can't hear a thing. Okay. I can. It's like loud as shit over there.
It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
See,
no, because these conversations come up like in our fire pit talks and stuff from time to time, like with her family. And this is the face that it's all of us are like, you do that? I'm like, no.
Rob Acker, forbidden fruit.
The forbiddenists. Fruit.
Yeah. Forbidden fruit, brother. And women just keep themselves straight all the time. Unless you're really not choosing your women of quality correctly. You never have to really worry about a woman. She'll let you know. But they keep themselves straight down there, bidet or no. All right? That's my contention.
Yeah. Very, very clean.
Hey, Emo. I looked in the camera and said it right to you, man. I have no reason to lie. That would be pop-up book number 2. Very, very good, Billy Rogers.
But hey, I get it. Different stroke for different folk. They call me the diva with beard oil because not everything, floats my boat. I get it. Yeah. But, me and the Congo leopard hailing from deepest, darkest Africa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We are riding together. He's going 6'6", I'm going 6'1", and we are going to salad bar our way across the international map. I'm with you, Emo.
I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know.
I've never done it. I can honestly say. Never done it. I'm sorry.
And Beard Code's got my back. Devin's got my back on the young end. So you got me as old man in the sea. You got Emo as 30s going into 40s, and you got Devin bringing up the rear there as the next gen. We're strong here, boys. For all you bidet lovers.
Hey, I can. Okay, McMahon. I have drunk out of a toilet being drunk, so I can technically say I have. So I was drunk. I was fucking drunk.
No, I've never done that. that crosses my line.
I was drunk.
No. Okay, now hold on. I have heard some stories because I teach with a rugby player. And if you all ever heard some of these rugby fucking traditions, you want to talk about some gross shit. Let's talk about 2 rugby traditions, okay? Number 1, drinking beer out of a rugby cleat that has been freshly played in. Shooting the boot is what it's called. So you pour the beer into the cleat after a game day, shortly after game day, and you drink that thing. But there is a worse version. It's called shooting the anal boot. You take said beer. One of the players drops trow. You pour the beer down the small of his back, down through the ass crack, and the cleat catches the beer.
I've seen that done before.
Drink that, and you drink that.
I've seen that done before with a glass, not a shoe. But
okay.
I was at a party once, and I was like, "You knock yourself out, buddy. That's all you."
That's how you get the Rona.
Now, here's the thing that I just don't get. It's the dudes that are on the same. So let's say we're all on a rugby team, boys. I would be pouring that down Johnny's ass and everything and catch it. That's what I don't get. No. I don't get how you exhibit camaraderie and team spirit through those actions. Okay, that's what I'm not understanding.
That's a whole level of male bonding that I want no part of.
There you go, Johnny Grims. Exactly.
I want to drink your ass beer water. That's disgusting.
I got nothing.
Who does in this instance, Scott, unless you played rugby or heard the stories as I have?
Did you bring this up or did someone else bring this up?
Okay, hold on. I got one more thing. I just want to get the chat's reaction. Okay. We're all men here, so check this out. Okay. I love this story. Same teacher that I teach with who played rugby for the University of Pittsburgh's rugby team. They were playing a team, and there was a dude on the other team who was a single leg amputee. And he had like a walking around leg and a rugby leg. So he shifted legs for the game, right? He left the walking around leg out.
It was a prosthetic?
It was a prosthetic, whole leg. Right. And the University of Pittsburgh rugby team at that time stole his walking around leg and made it like a trophy at the club. This is what these guys do. Now, here's the question. Imagine yourself in that mindset. You're on that team. Let's say it's a bunch of us beardos. I don't know, whatever the hell you got to do. Is that wrong, or is that that's what you do? I don't know. I do it too. I think I do it too.
Took the leg and put it as a trophy.
They posted it like they would deer horns, Johnny, at their clubhouse. Seriously, whatever it was. They mounted the guy's leg.
As long as they gave it back,
I made a habit. I made a habit as a joke when I played with bands. I would still, just because it was a running joke, I'd take the kick drum beaters off their kick pedal so they couldn't play. I'd take them.
There you go.
And everybody knew. They'd know because you set up all your gear. Just stupid things you do like that. Like you're talking about the leg.
Yeah,
I would take the drummers kick pedal hammers. I take them, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
where's my stuff?
Yeah,
and after a while, they're like, you might want to go find Scott's backpack because I had all of them. I take them all.
He's done it again. He's taking.
I did it all the time.
See, here's what I think with that, Scott, is. Okay, so you took the dude's walking around leg. How different is that from his rugby leg? I mean, is this really inconvenience the guy in life? Does he got to go to his insurance company and buy another leg?
It could be different material. It could have like shock technology.
It's fucked up, but it's funny.
It's funny, damn it. I hate saying it, but I find it funny too.
Did they ever give the leg back, or they just kept it?
No, God, no.
No, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it.
No. From what I understand, the rugby players you got a bunch of dudes in their early 20s drinking a shit ton of beer whenever they're. Remember, it's not an official sport, right? It's like a club sport. So they drink a shit ton of. These guys are thinking barely above a single cell amoeba. Okay, that's where they are. We're not talking about the chess club here. Okay, we're talking about that's where these guys are. There's no compassion.
But the thing, those legs cost a lot of money. Like,
they ain't cheap.
Not cheap, exactly. So
that's what I'm thinking.
I'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I have to call the cops on that one. I would have to call the cops. Like, you gotta get my leg back. Either give me my leg back. I'm calling the cops. Like, come on, man.
That's fucked up. That it really is.
It's fucked up. And yes, of course, the dude's leg made it into some of the alcohol ceremonies too. You know, they did stuff with his leg and the beer and etc.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. You know, you gotta. Oh, remember this? Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a trophy. Brett Berlin's in the house. Good to see you, Blue Wrench. Blue Wrench is in the house.
He's got an excuse. He
was cleaning a bridge. There you go. There you go.
All right. Sometimes you got to pay those taxes, right?
Boom, boom.
He kicked himself out.
Yeah, Joe does it every now and then. He'll be back. He'll be back.
He just maybe he's going to get a drink. Oh, he come back.
There
Okay.
That's
got to talk. Got to talk to the wife. The wife is watching the debate tonight, and I'm just checking in with her.
Oh. I tried to watch a little bit, but there's no fist flying, so I stopped watching it.
Yeah. There you
go. I don't watch a lot of TV. Well, I don't even have TV, so we don't. I don't watch enough to pay for it. You know, it's like, why would I pay for it? No point.
I watch a ton of Netflix, HBO, and Showtime.
Okay. In all seriousness, why would I want to buy or pay for it when I watch everything from here or on that damn computer? Why would I want to pay for it?
It's true. I mean, I can pretty much get whatever for free. Like the last UFC fight, I got it, and I had a little private stream. Joe Bearded Life, he was in there. We were watching it together, and I do that every now and then. Whenever there's a boxing match or a fight or whatever, and I can get it, I'll do a private stream, and I'll throw the link out to people to come in the StreamYard just like this, and I can have up to 10. And I don't even put us on the screen. It's just a fight, but we could talk to each other, of course, during the fight, of course.
How do you do that? How do you do it with 10? Is that you got to pay for the monthly thing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I just use whatever they offer on a free basis. I didn't know that.
I pay the monthly fee for the 10.
How much is that?
Fuck, what is it? 25 a month?
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Bad. That's not bad. And how many episodes or fights or whatever content do you get, Johnny?
Whenever there's something that people want to watch, like I don't really watch that stuff, but like, hey, if you want to hang out and watch it, I'll find it and I'll throw it up there. Yeah, I do that every now and then. Like
you've done it at least 3 or 4 times since we've done therapy. I know that.
Yeah. And also, like I like to, also movies that are in the theater. If there's ever a movie you want to watch or whatever, I got all that stuff. I can get anything.
Johnny, we need to connect, brother.
I rarely pay for anything. If I pay for anything, it's more beer product than anything. So
Rob Acker wants in on the fight streams. Johnny, you and I got to talk movies one of these days as far as like new releases.
Dude,
I never go see new releases.
I love watching movies. I have a huge movie collection downstairs, man.
Yeah.
That's not even all new, just all different kinds.
I
got to watch the other day because I took my daughter out last week. Took her we caught her after school, and she says, I want to go to Target. She likes Target. She's only 7. I want to go to Target. She's 7. She likes to go walk around Target. Well, of course, she sees something she likes. Well, while I was there, they had the 60th anniversary of my favorite movie, Psycho. And I was like, that's fine. So I watched it, and they have the uncut version that you could only see in 1960 in the theaters, and they put it out for the first time. And I'm watching, it's in black and white, and I'm just like in it. And Mandy's looking at me, she's like, and this is your favorite movie? And I said, I'm looking at her, I'm like, just get away from me.
Just get away from me.
She loves scary horror movie. That's her favorite. So we're getting into those now for the Halloween spirit.
That's cool, because that's a whole different thing. I teach a film class, Scott, and I show there's a documentary out there.
Hey! You don't teach porno. We know.
Yeah, it's called film, whatever.
There's a whole documentary out there on just the shower scene, an hour-and-a-half documentary that just talks about.
I watched that.
Yeah, and I watch it with my class, and it is so great to talk. And do you realize that Psycho? I don't know why, but Psycho is rated R.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
It was the first of its kind.
But it shouldn't be rated R. That's the thing.
When I went to California, went to Universal Studios in California, you take the tour. You take the tour, and they bring you to the house, the Psycho house.
Yeah.
Still, and it's like a replica. It's
Yes.
a real size. It's small, and every now there was an instance where Jim Carrey would dress up as the mother, and he'd be inside the house. And as soon as our tour group would come, he would come running down and scare the hell out of the tell us that story. And it's just so cool to see the house, on set and all that stuff. It's a good experience. It's a whole Hitchcock experience over there in Universal Studios over there. It's pretty cool.
James Pershing had a comment that I think Scott would get a tickle out of a few up. When you guys were talking about Johnny streaming the fights and the legality thereof, James Pershing said Johnny's like the beer gents of pay-per-view.
Technically, yeah. Technically, you are.
Oh, shit.
Wrestling stuff,
You are.
I pay for it because I got the network or whatever. And if you don't have the network and you want to see a pay-per-view, let me know. I've done it with Camel Cam a couple of times. He doesn't have the network. I don't know about he has it now, but watch the wrestling things.
If I own the network, dude, I would own it only to watch the old shit. I wouldn't watch any of the new stuff. I would watch all the old stuff that they have in their libraries, but not.
I've watched quite a bit of the old stuff. Like I'm a big NXT fan. That's like religion. I've watched everything that they offered NXT from day one to present. Like it's on TV right now. I watch it on Friday afternoons. Every Friday afternoon, I'm watching NXT. So,
yeah.
Like everybody who knows me, they're like, "Don't call Scott from 1 to 4 o'clock. He's watching NXT. Don't bother him."
When we switched over to Tuesdays, I was like, "Oh, cool, Tuesdays. That means my Wednesdays is open. That means I could watch AEW."
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this back on Wednesdays, and I don't get to see AEW anymore.
Yeah, well, I was. This is the time of year when we're finishing up our Christmas shopping. We've been shopping pretty much throughout the whole year, and we were talking today, and this is the time of year where I start looking at like movies on Vudu because I use the service a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, what movies would I like to purchase? Yeah, because I got a big collection, and I got some specific ones. I'm narrowing it down, and I wait for them to go on sale. Like the one I want to get, and people may think I'm crazy, but I've never watched them, but I want to, and I'm going to buy them. The entire James Bond series. Never watched them. Never watched them.
I haven't really.
That's why I've been asking people in my open the door. I'm like, who's the best Bond? I don't know.
Right.
I never watched.
Well, I'm going to come at you until Roger Craig. Now, I'm a guy who, in the middle of his high school years, decided I want to read all the Bond books. So I read all the Ian Fleming novels. And then I started it in the John Gardner's because John Gardner started writing Bond in the 80s. He had not been written for a while. Mm-hmm. I would say Connery or Craig are the best Bond. Remember, it's kind of like wrestling, Scott. You got to contextualize it within the time frame it's made, right?
Yeah, right.
So Connery for the 60s is the best Bond. Modern Bond, Craig, that no one touches him. He is a great Bond because in the novels, at least in the Ian Fleming novels, Bond gets the shit kicked out of him in every single novel. That's why I hated the Roger Moore Bond. He was all prissy and nothing ever happened to him. And he had all the gadgets like a Batman superhero. I hated the Moore Bond because nothing ever happened to him, which is why I love the Craig Bond because he gets beat up and still prevails.
Sounds like they protected the actor in the movies. So it sounds like to me. That's what they made it look.
Interestingly, like in the 80s, there was a complete 007 handbook released, and I was a big Bond geek at the time. When Ian Fleming, when they were talking about first making movies, they did a character sketch, and his first idea for Bond was Roger Moore because Roger Moore was doing The Saint at the time on TV, and Fleming really wanted Roger Moore. Connery, who was a Mr. Olympia out of Scotland, and think of how much Mr. Olympia has changed, right? Mm-hmm. But in the late 50s, early 60s, Connery, he's got the big Scottish brogue. Fleming's like, no, he's all wrong. But that's who the production company went with because they liked his screen test and they liked who he was. And they were right because all the way up until he quit, I don't count Diamonds Are Forever because I just count the first 5 or 6 that he did, Russia with Love, Dr. No, You Only Die Twice. Connery to me is the Bond, and it's I could see arguments for Dalton, maybe even Brosnan, but I cannot see arguments for Moore.
Pierce Brosnan. I've watched a couple parts and segments, but never the full movie. Pierce did a good job. I think he did.
Yeah. But what you need with James is, see, Moore to me is too pretty, whereas Connery and Daniel Craig have like a hard edge to their look. They're good-looking guys, but they've got like a hard edge to them. They're not pretty boys like Roger Moore.
Okay.
And you need that. Based on my reading of Bond from the novels, you need that. You know, The Spy Who Loved Me, here's what pisses me off. The Spy Who Loved Me, which is a classic 1977 movie, the story is a short story that takes place in a motel in Pennsylvania where two mobster thugs have this girl hostage, and Bond is staying in the motel room next to him. It's all about Bond getting the girl away from the mobster thugs and dealing with them. It's such a great little short story. Obviously 180 degrees different from the movie, but I would love to see that version of Spy Who Loved Me because it's such a great short read. Okay. All right, enough Bond shit. That's me going on.
I don't know anything about James Bond. I just know I saw GoldenEye in the theater with Pierce Brosnan, and then I had GoldenEye for Nintendo 64, and that's the extent of my James Bond.
I'm looking at it right now on Vudu. It's $150 for all the movies. So, like I said, is
that all the way up to Craig Scott? Like, I mean, is that all of? Oh, okay.
Like I'll watch it, and if I'm like, I'll say like, oh, it's $80. Yeah, and I'll pay for it. You know, whatever the price is.
The one thing neat about the Moore movies, more so than the Connery movies, the Connery movies did a little bit, but the Moore movies really got into the cool exotic locations.
Yeah.
You know, Man with the Golden Gun, he's off at Thailand or whatever the hell it is. And then he's in New Orleans. You got to these cool different locations throughout the movie, which is what I really
that's the whole, that's,
Scott, you don't have to pay for those movies. I'll show you where you can get them where you don't have to pay for them. You can watch them all the time, anytime you want, as many times as you want.
What do I need to do it?
Well, after we end the stream,
you like that? Y'all like how he won't incriminate himself? You like that? You like how he does that? I may have to do that then. I'll break the law. Judas Priest, I'll break the law. Yeah. Yep, that's a tune I proudly played in quite a few shows. I love playing that song.
I hear you say like, oh, 150 for all those movies. I'm like, no, man, you don't have to pay a dime.
Okay, you got to remember, Johnny Grooms. I'm sitting in front of a handful of awesome technology, awesome camera, awesome computer, and I've got two people that educate me how to use it, Tyson and Dave, and I'm like, it does that. And I know they're on the other side. Like,
now Tyson seems like the kind of guy who legitimately loves to help dudes do that. I don't know Dave well enough. Do you mean like Faithfully Dave? KTMO Dave? Yeah, okay. I don't know Dave well enough, but I know Tyson when it comes to tech stuff. I think he legit loves to teach people how to do that kind of shit.
Like I know I have a really good laptop. Like Johnny's like, dude, you got an awesome freaking laptop, and I'm like, yeah. I'm glad you know what it does because I don't. I got what Scuba told me to get. That's all I can tell you.
Now, Scuba's a videographer, so he's definitely going to steer you on the way to making quality looking film, etc. Did you get a Mac?
I have the Acer Predator Helios 300 gaming computer.
Oh, a gaming computer. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I have like a really awesome video card. I have a lot of RAM. I have a lot of memory. I have Windows 10 now with the update because I got that. They told that my computer said that I have to update it, so it did itself. So I'm looking at it like, okay, this thing's going to update itself. Cool. Don't know how that works, but knock yourself out.
Right.
So I turned it on the next day, and it's like a completely different thing. And I'm like, I just took all this time learning this fucking computer. Now I got to do it again. I'm like, great.
I will say this: I was a big PC guy up until I became a teacher, and then everything is Mac oriented in my school. So I'm very good with Macs, and my kids are using PCs for their COVID learning and everything. And I just feel like a freaking idiot on the PC, which is what you have, Scott. You have a PC, and I just feel like a freaking idiot on there because I'm totally wired to 20 years of Mac. But when it comes to a PC, I can't do a dang thing with it.
My kids are on the Chromebook.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, it's yeah. Love that.
You use a Chromebook, Johnny?
No, my kids do.
Okay.
I just got a new gaming PC. I got a gaming PC. That's why my camera looks a lot better now. Because I didn't know that that mattered. I thought it was all the camera. My old computer, which is sitting right over there, you can't really see it, but it's
Nice.
on the floor there. It still works, but it's not good anymore.
Well, I have a 720 webcam. I mean, it's nice. I'm not saying it's not bad by any means. And I have my camera set up in front of it where I film and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't know I could do that type of stuff and make my picture look way better. I don't know. I only know it, and I don't do a lot of research like anybody else does. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there are videos on YouTube to teach me how to use my camera. I didn't know that. I don't know. I'm just it's a new world I'm slowly looking into, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Well, it's an interesting argument, Scott, and there's no right or wrong. It's kind of like Republican, Democrat. It's what you believe. There's a guy I really like named Rob Agger. Funny, not Rob Acker, Rob Agger, he's British and he does amazing film analysis. His picture production quality is for shit when you compare it to perhaps other people. And it really becomes a style versus substance argument. You could do all sorts of cool editing and add all sorts of cool graphics and stuff, or you could have something that doesn't do all those cool bells and whistles, but offer great content based on whatever it is you're doing. And that's the argument. And I think the younger generation loves all the quick edits and all that kind of stuff. And maybe perhaps older guys just want to hear the good nuts and bolts stuff. But that's just me.
Oh, it's the first one of the night, actually, Joe. Hey, yo, man. It's the first.
Hey, there it is. Beard Alive Joe.
Rob just bought a MacBook Pro, and two
2-in-1 table laptops yesterday.
Two in one laptops yesterday. Oh, nice.
The Mac is nice. It's a little more expensive, but man, I really love the Mac.
We bought we're big we're big on the Chromebooks in this house. Like my kids use it for school. My wife uses it for her college, for nursing school. Everything she does, it's a pretty good Chromebook because it runs Windows. So it has Microsoft Office on it, and it flips over to a touch and all that stuff. So she's on it. Like as soon as she gets from work, she jumps on the Zoom class with it. Does everything with the Chromebook, and it's like perfect. I was like, do you need because we were just stopping. Like, what do you need? Do you need a laptop? Do you need you want an Apple laptop? Like, what do you want? Do you want a MacBook? What do you want? And then she goe, no, I think I can get a guy with just this $300 Chromebook. And I was like, fucking hey, man, save me like $1,000.
Hey, Joe Downey, what's your nephew's name? What's his nephew's name? Do you guys know?
Oh, I hope so. I don't know his name. I know he likes Lux Bastard based on a recent post.
They're all stupid. Build a tower. This is 2020. Tyson, I would, if I had the money, I would build a tower just for you, but I don't have the money. What is Joe? What is your nephew's name? And I will respond.
We're gonna get a shout out here. This is a priceless moment for him.
Mason.
He doesn't want a Barbados Joe or Johnny Groom shout out. He wants a freaking Beard Times with Scott shout out.
Mason. Hey, yo, man. I need a PC for his office suite.
But you know what else is, I think, part of this is, too, what kind of phones we carry. All my kids and everything else, we're all iPhones. So, obviously, the Mac platform, now people that have the Samsungs or whatever else is out there, they're going to maybe want that PC platform a little more. So, that's also, I think, a decent contributor into what you wind up having at home.
I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max shit thing, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. The funny thing is, Mo, the Bearded Shark, got me a killer deal on this contract I have. I pay $8 a month for this damn phone. He got me a steal of a deal. So, and I'm grateful he got that for me. Like, I went in, I had it printed out. I took it to my local guy, and I was like, yeah, I want to get this. And he goes, this is what he did. He goes, where'd you get this? And I was like, you could do this, right? He goes, I have to, but I don't know how. And apparently Mo pulled some strings and stuff. And I was like, he's like, I don't know how you got this deal, but we have to honor it. And I was like, yeah.
Networking is key. What's cool too is Mo's not even PA. He's way down south, and you're still like, "Hey, buddy."
Which one was on my carrier? Shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I traded in my other 2 phones. Got some kind of a killer deal. Like I said, we pay $835 a month because you got to lease them unless you pay for them outright, right?
Yeah.
And after a year and a half, it goes down to $335 a month, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep that for a while.
Actually, when I went to go get my iPhone, the guy was like, "Bring me any phone, as long as it's working. Bring me any phone to trade in, and I can get you this much off." I was like, "All right." I said, "I don't really have another phone." I said, "What should I do?" He goes, "Go to Walmart, buy the cheapest pre-made phone, charge it. As long as it comes through the door and it's functioning, I can take it." And I was like, "Okay," and that's exactly what I did. I spent like, I don't know, $30-something on a prepaid phone from Target, like a Track 1 phone. And charged it, brought it in. He turned it on. He said, "Good enough," and he gave me all the discounts for the phone. So, it's amazing what you can do with those cell phone guys.
Yeah,
I got lucky. I can honestly say I got lucky on that one. Yeah, I'm grateful I did. Because this is like our lifeline now. We all know that it's our lifeline.
I do everything, all my videos, everything, all my reviews, everything is on here. Every single one is on here. Upload it right to YouTube. This is why I do it all. This is it.
Read the comments.
I would like to invest in a camera, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not justifiable for me to do it, to get a camera.
I did what Scuba told me to do. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
That's it. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
I've quit following Scuba. I mean, because dude entertains me, no doubt. But I just, as I became a reviewer and doing other things, does he still do beer shit?
He can't read. That's his problem. He can't read. It's okay. yeah, he's been busy because he got his house and he's been renovating it and he's been doing a good job. He has.
Yeah, that thing looks nice.
He did a good job. He bought a really an older house, but he made it his own. He did a really good job, so you cannot knock the man for that. And I bought him a Lexus. That's why I don't have any money, so I gave him the money for the Lexus.
Does he have a Lexus?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like the Supra version of a Lexus.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I remember when he was renovating his loft in downtown KC or wherever the hell he is, and he was making the vault and all that stuff because the vault was already there. We're going back a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh, dude's got some skills. We can sit there and pick up, machinery and save money to make this space." And when he was all done, man, that space looked killer.
He did a good job with it, and he got his house bought, and he's cutting back his reviews and stuff. He has, like I said, you got to set your, we all know he's a videographer. He makes really good money at it, and he's setting himself up, setting his future up. I mean, that's great.
Good for him. He sees big picture, man. That's what it's about. I had big picture before I ever got into this community, so this is always just fun for me. I love it. Go ahead, Scott.
I'm just in it. I'm just here for decoration. That's all I'm in the community for. Just decoration.
Thank you, Brett. Wichita. Yeah, but guys like you and hopefully soon Johnny Grooms and guys that can make a little side cash off of this, I dig that. I think it's great because
it'd be nice one day.
I'm one of the guys that came up on a guy like you, Scott, watching you when you weren't making cash, and the fact that you couldn't make cash now, and I dig that. It's just the old American story. Pull you up on the bootstraps, hard work, et cetera, et cetera. That's cool.
I finally got the money that I was owed. I did, and it was a lot of money. And
good for you.
And I don't know what I'm making this next time around. I don't, because you have to have like $100, and then they'll send you a payment or whatever. I think it's like 200 or something. I have no idea. I don't ever pay attention. Like when people send me a super chat, which I'm surprised they do. I'm like, oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool.
Anytime you can turn a passion into money without compromising whatever your own beliefs are, you're just like, I'm still doing what I did before I made money. You're getting the intrinsic value versus the extrinsic value. That's an awesome freaking thing, dude. That is an awesome freaking thing.
All right, Gary, spice it up for us. We left it open to the chat. What do you want? What does the D930 want to talk about? They did say earlier. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we only got 10 minutes.
This
left.
D930 is boring. Oh, fuck you, Gary Lewis. I'll start right fucking there. You know what's boring is when I take the Cubano that Beer Times with Scott wants to wear and I rub it on my nizuts. That's what's boring, brother, because I'm wasting your product now, son. That's what I'm doing, son. There, how's that, Gary? Did that perk you up? Did that make your blood pressure rise a little? Oh shit! I can tell the Four Roses is smelling good.
So, will you make a commercial for us? Is he asking?
Oh yeah.
Sure, Barbardo Joe will make a commercial for you.
There you go. Cubano in the nuts. That's my commercial's title. Cubano in the nuts. Cubano in the patch.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
I've learned a lot about myself here. Do you do what you want with the product? I still get the money and throw it in the trash for all I care.
Yeah, fair comeback, Gary. Fair comeback.
I've thrown a lot out already. Oh my god. I've thrown so much product out, it's not even funny.
I might have to paint the bridge with it just in case I'm getting lucky.
There goes Rob. Would that be a Cubano salad? I knew that was coming. I knew it. You motherfuckers in this salad. I'm like,
we were past that. Who brought us back?
Here's the thing, Rob.
Fucking Rob.
Rob, I'm so fat that I need a mirror to be sure. All right. I would definitely, I don't know. I have to do everything by touch these days, but I'm hoping it would be. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, my.
Although chances are she's not going to like Cubano. I'm going to need one of Gary's floral or fruity scents to do that. Oh, McMahon, what I heard of damn Mick. Sorry to hear that, brother. I might know what this is about. Wichita right now. Oh, okay. So my company
Cubano on the taint is better. Oh my god.
Mick, jeez. Yeah, let's get a quick shout out to Mick, man, a loyal supporter since day one, as far as I know. I haven't gone back and looked, but he is a huge part of the spirit of this channel. His factory is shutting down in a couple months. I am sorry to hear that, Mick. Great brother out there, great amount of knowledge, just a good dude, and I hope you wind up landing on your feet wherever you wind up being, sir.
That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. That does suck.
That does suck. It's kind of like what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one likes you, Johnny. There's a difference.
Yeah. I'm very hard to get along with. Like,
you have an awesome name. And we know you're trying to be like Steve Austin. That's about it. I mean, it's okay. but I will say this though, Johnny. Good job on doing you're still continuing your head shaving and stuff. I like that.
Yeah. The thing is, like that stuff's way more expensive than beard products. So like that slows down until unless there's something like brand spanking new that just hit like the Johnny Slicks shaving cream. Like that was brand spanking new and it was like $20. I'm like, sweet, this is like good price range and it's brand new. I could do a video on this. But like some of those razors and those shave aftershave and shave soap combos, they're way more expensive than the beard products. Like it's ridiculous.
Hell.
I'm poor. I don't have that much money.
I'm not giving you any more money. Stop asking me for money. I've done told you enough.
Oh man.
Sorry, I'm commenting right now.
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Johnny Slick's video was good.
I had you don't know the massive headache I had while filming that. Massive headache.
You said you weren't feeling good. You said
right? I wasn't feeling good. I had this. My head was pounding. After that video, as soon as I finished filming that video, I didn't edit it for like I don't know how hours later. I took like 4 Advil and just like laid down. It was like shit. Yeah, I felt awful.
Well, you just don't want to admit on camera that you have COVID 37 instead of 19. Oh, yeah. That's what's going on. It's okay.
He's time traveling.
I have the 24 hour COVID bug.
Yeah, I mean, you have the next one they haven't found yet, so
Right.
it's okay. It's all right, man.
It's either you live or you die. You know, you get it one day, and sometimes you live, sometimes you die. It's a crapshoot.
My whole take on that whole thing, and people can look at it. You know, everyone has their opinion on it. We're dying right now as we speak. We are dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm killing Barbado Joe right now, whether you all see it or not. It's happening. He is straight dying.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
I mean, Johnny Grooms is killing me right now. Bam! It's like Chicago Bulls triangle offense. It's going on. It is. I mean, I'm dying. I'm dying either way. It's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but I look at it. I don't want to hasten it. See, here's my point, Scott. My point is when all my kids get to that area where I'm like, they're okay, then I'm okay. Until they get to that area, I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got to make sure everyone's okay on their own. And if I can throw them a bone during death, great. But until then, I have a problem with it. And after that, I'm good.
It's so funny because like I was thinking about like my life's goal now has changed. Before it was just like, okay, you know, we'll get the house and we'll get everybody situated. And now that I've been doing the online learning with the school, and I'm watching my son struggle with his, you know, issues with school and stuff like that and everything. And now like my life's goal is to make sure this kid gets to finish high school and either gets into college or some kind of trade school or learns how to get a job. And once he's self-sufficient, self-sustaining, then I can like, I feel okay about like, all right, I can die now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
exactly.
Because he's good now, you know, and that's like, I have to make it up until that, you know, up until he's right. And I'll hold his hand all the way through college. I don't care. You know, my daughter, I'm not so worried about because she's in kindergarten, but she's already like doing second grade work on her own and stuff like that.
Always the girls, Johnny. Always the girls.
Don't worry about her. She's going to be just fine. Like, but my son, he's got his issues. He's got his stuff. He's got his learning disabilities and all that stuff that, you know, he's kind of like a drunk person walking down a sidewalk. He's always stepping on the grass or in the street. And I kind of like got to guide him to keep him on the fucking sidewalk, you know. Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What the teacher's telling you to do, you know, and stop playing with your fingers, you know. So like that, I have to just, if I get him right, then I can feel like I can get, you know, age and be an old man and finally die.
My advice to you, JJ, since I have 5 ages 26 to 14 is this. Yeah, the girl, she's an autopilot. Yeah. But don't forget, because while you're keeping that boy straight, that boy, when you're 70, that boy is not going to change you when you are shitting and pissing yourself. So you got to make sure you got to love that girl too. You know, I know you're going to love her, but you got to make sure, you know, you do the stuff with her too, because she's going to be the one changing your ass when you are incontinent. That's all I got to say.
I hope I don't get to that age. As soon as this looks at my bowels, I'm like, God, take me. No.
You got the bidet as long as she can aim you over your bidet.
No, I can't.
Think about bidet tech in 30 years, Johnny Grooms. They might have a little robot coming out there and scrubbing and shit. You know, you never know.
That's right.
Let's let that happen. I want that to happen.
The Japanese are great when it comes to that kind of stuff. They love their robots.
I'm not getting a bidet, Johnny. You're not changing my mind. It's not going to happen.
Get a bidet.
All right, so Scott, here's where I am. I'm the middleman here. Okay, I'm not getting a bidet. Not to say I wouldn't want one. I'm just not going to spend the extra money. What I do is nah. What I do is I like going for a good old-fashioned, even if they're not really, biodegradable wipe. Now, are you a tissue paper dude, or do you do a wet wipe for a little extra cleanliness?
Both.
Oh, you do both. Okay, good. That's great to hear.
That's actually funny. That's what I have to go buy tomorrow. Is what Mandy sent me the message. I gotta make sure they're septic safe. I'm like, okay,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I gotta get 2 Christmas gifts. She uses a soda stream. She uses those machines. She likes to drink sodas here, and toilet wipes. What the fuck else did she tell me? Oh, Advil migraine. Yeah, good luck looking for that fucking shit because I haven't seen that for a while.
Oh, Advil migraine. They still make that?
I'll just give her a Mickey's 40. That should be equivalent.
Mickey's. Oh shit! There's a throwback. Mickey's Big Mouth, baby.
You don't ever hear her talking about that, like on.
Oh no!
I can bong a 40. I'm like, prove it. Let me see it. Prove it. I told her I was like, I have the funnel. I was like, let's do it. I'm in. Scott, if the bidet was free, would you use it? I would probably sit down on the damn thing, and as soon as it happened, I would be like, that's it, I'm done. That probably what would happen.
You got to use it for like at least 2 or 3 times, and then like once you see like you're not using that much toilet paper anymore, and you're saving on those wipes and saving all that money on toilet paper and wipes and all that stuff.
See, Johnny Grooms has a compelling argument. My counter argument is if you're using just toilet paper, you're a knuckle dragger. Okay. Now, if you're using the wipes, you're upright at least. You've discovered fire and you're upright. If you're using the bidet, you're actually communicating in basic guttural sounds and coming up with a language, okay? So the bidet is definitely the highest evolution, but the wipes are acceptable. If you're using just straight KP, your ass needs to come up to another level. That's what
I'm going to have to go another step higher. Johnny, you are now in the Lick-a-Lily lightweight category.
Oh, shit. Well, Rob Acker's in that category. There are a few in that category. Gary's in that category.
Lick-a-Lily lightweight. That's what you are. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
I have watched Johnny Grooms influence a couple people on getting the bidet. Johnny Grooms.
I'm getting a new bidet, and I decided I'm going to get the one with the hot water.
Oh, now see.
Yeah, I want the one with the temperature control, man.
Hell yeah.
Are you listening to yourself talk right now? Fucking temperature control the toilet water. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, this was a 9:30 topic not too long ago, Scott. Here's the thing, though. If you get the Georgia clay, if it's a bad day and you get the Georgia clay back there, wouldn't you want hot water versus cold? Because cold is just going to solidify that mess. The hot water is going to cut right through it. I see that argument. Gary Lewis still has not installed his. What the hell? Gary Lewis, Jimmy Carter is not going for president this year either, just so you know. All right? Gary Lewis has had this bidet since I was doing reviews.
He's got a good one, too. He's got a good one. It's nice. Nice model.
Oh my God.
Nice model. Johnny knows the models. Johnny's got the catalog on a fucking... Johnny has bookmarked the catalog on the bidets.
He's got some reaction. That's what makes me laugh. They also have patterns for the spray. It goes back and forth, or it goes in like circles and little triangle shapes and stuff like that to make sure like the whole area is fully cleaned.
Look at Rob. Rob wants to suffer for his art or some shit, right? He wants to go through a cold-ass winter so he can appreciate when he makes that purchase. What the hell, Rob? Just make the purchase. While you still on that good, paying you while you're out of work money. Get that purchase now, son. Or make it a Christmas gift.
Oh, my gosh.
Kids.
Oh, man, that's funny. It's $300 for that one, though. It's in low.
Oh, $300
for a fucking ass fountain.
Yeah, and also, I'm telling you, it also has a hot air dryer to dry your bottom too, so you don't have to use any toilet paper.
Okay, all right, you can stop. Okay, stop right there. Few things from what I just gathered from that. Number one, you just lost 1 million awesome points right there. Number two. I need you to send me a copy of your photo ID and your man card to my home address.
Yes.
You are officially Lick-a-Lily lightweight. You are the prime model. You're talking about a heated ass fountain.
With a dryer.
With a fucking dryer.
Hot air to follow up.
Fucking a hot air.
Oh shit.
My argument for the man card there would be, Johnny, I'll give you all the way to the hot water, but the moment you can't drip dry into your own underwear because you know you're clean, the moment you need to add that hot air dryer, that's a man card. That's man card for me.
See, no swat.
I saw that. I trying not to laugh. That's funny.
JSG is just pampered, man.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I think JG is just trying to keep, in case a plane ever comes down that runway, JG wants to make sure that stuff is correct. That's the way I deal with it.
So that means Johnny likes his taint blown on. See what you started? That's what you started. Goes back to the salad.
There it is.
Down the Hershey Highway again. You brought it back.
Dirty 930. Hey, I respect a man for that. Now you can call him the lily livered, whatever, and okay, I'm with you too, Scott.
Now we're on tainted 1030. That's what we're on now.
Tainted 1030. That's Brett Berlin all the way on. Brett Berlin loves 10 to 1030.
T10 3? T10 3?
Tainted 1030.
Johnny will get his salad toss before any of you Neanderthals. I got to agree with Rob Acker there.
More likely.
Because he's taking care of his shit. But here's the thing, Rob.
No. Yeah. Say it right. He's taking care of his taint. That's what he's doing.
His bridge is well oiled. The rivets are not rusty, etc. Scott doesn't care, and I know it ain't ever going to happen. Johnny, I don't know.
I can't. I wouldn't.
Here's the thing: we all should have had the bidets in our 20s, boys. That's when it could have mattered. Yeah. Now that we're all settled in, it ain't gonna matter so much. There are definitely some domestic habits that have been established for what is allowable and what isn't. All right, the 20s was bidet time.
I never really been anywhere that I had one, So I've never used it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. I'm not the type of person that's got a keypad on my fucking toilet. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll be like, how do you take a shit? I thought I did it myself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the Japanese, man. Again, I hate to come back to the Japanese and their high tech, but they got shit that plays music. They got multiple settings. You can get it to pulse. You can get a straight stream. You can get a hard stream.
It lets you know when you're clean or not. It tells you when you're clean. And
no more poopy.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Just put it back and come back.
So this thing knows when the bacteria is gone. That's great. That's good to know.
It's got a fucking set. I don't know.
I am never ever going to look at you the same again. You are almost in the pi level of being in the negative now. It's like never ending.
The 144.
Yeah, like it.
So what else can
just keep digging the hole, man. That's what you're doing. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, you're a million in the hole now, so it's okay.
Oh, damn. Well, guys, we could do this forever in a day. Some of us got to work. Some of us may even have to work tonight. Scott, you got to work tonight?
In 3 hours.
In 3 hours. All right. Scott has done his 2 hours without complaint. I want to thank him for what I thought was his second time, but it's actually his first time of beard therapy. Great to have you on and chat with you, Scott, about various and sundry. Y'all know where to find this dude. You need beard times with Scott if you don't. Thank you all. This was a fun time for me. I hope it was for you. Johnny Grooms, you have anything you want to say?
Had a good time. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Beard times with Scott. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I learned a lot about Johnny Cruz today. I learned a shit ton about Johnny Cruz. I'll just say, man, number one, just to clarify, because I always say this to people because you don't know. Whenever I say awesome points, it's just a stupid thing I made up at work years ago. You start out every day, you got 5,000. It's like your default number. You have 5,000 awesome points. You got to stay in the positive at the end of the day. And you could lose 50 points by cutting a guy off driving to work. There's 50 points, and such as Johnny talking about, he's got a heated, he wants a heated, drying bidet.
I don't have
that right there constitutes you just had a shitty week. You're in the negative for at least a week. So, like I did it with Josh from Beer Product Reviews. He said something in one of his YouTube videos, and I forget what he said. And I was like, minus 500 points right there off the back. They picked it up. He picked up on it. So if you ever hear me saying that, just remember, you got 5,000 every day. And such as an example is this is a joke. This is a joke before I'm saying that. If you say a stupid joke that no one understands, like it's like a midget using mouthwash, you would ever know. Some people would not get it.
That's a good one.
Some people wouldn't get it. They would be like, "That's 5,000 points right there. You're done." You just name your price, whatever it is. That's 200 right there. So Johnny Grooms is in the negative for the rest of the month for this heated, drying debate. Dude, you're a million in the hole. Barbados Joe has not lost any points. He's got 5,000 for the day.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
I am in the negative with the repeater bar because I pissed off a beer company, and I hope I did because karma is a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. I don't care.
And there you have it. It was a great time, Scott. Great time, Johnny Grooms. Thank you guys in the chat. We will see you next week. We've got a guest. Keep your eyes peeled. That's all I got, Johnny Grooms.
Who we have this week again?
I think we have a guest. We actually might have a free slot next week. Who cares? Let's still celebrate the fact that we're with Beer Times with Scott, man. One of the heavy hitters.
Well, hell, I'll come back in next week if you want to.
Oh, shit, yes, Scott.
You know what? We'll bring a company in here. Bring a company. Maybe we'll do a giveaway. Whatever.
I think we do have a company. I forgot. We have some.
We'll check it. We will all confabulate around Johnny's bidet. Take care, guys. Good night. Have a good one. See you next week.